Ladies and gentlemen, we have a newbie comic, or at least he's new to the Brillobox. He is a fantastic gentleman. He's a floor polish and dessert topping. Give it up for Ian Clementi!
Yes! Yeah! Fucking leather jackets and shit! Wow, love it! Yeah! Tuesday night, y'all! Ian D. Clementi! Yeah! Listen up, y'all! It's Tuesday night and we're classing it up. We're classing it up here. Brillobox. Jokes! Punchlines! Bad timing! Yeah! Ian D. Clementi!
So this is my first time here at the Brillobox.
Woo!
I'm assuming that's for the Brillobox. So you probably want to know what kind of jokes I tell, because clearly they're not the funny kind. So I guess maybe by process of elimination I'll talk to you about the jokes I don't tell real quick. I do not like making jokes at other people's expenses, especially the $5 expense, so I'm very sorry to get that out of the way. I don't really make jokes about people's sex, race, or anything. I don't think that's very nice. I don't like to hurt people's feelings, and it's sort of unsafe to make those jokes, I guess, anymore. People will walk out and stuff. So, in trying to come up with jokes for tonight, I was thinking of who it is safe to make fun of. And the only people I think it might be safe to make fun of are like the mentally unfit, the mentally unsound. But I think that's the least safe demographic to make fun of. So before you turn to your neighbor and tell them that brand new, hey, a schizophrenic walks into a bar joke, think twice. Because, well, you have a lot of people after you. But, so I don't really like to tell jokes that hurt other people's feelings. I myself, I'm not easily hurt. I do have sensitive skin, though. That's a little topical humor for you.
Why'd you stop?
Everyone, gather around. I'm going to tell you some jokes. I will tell you some jokes I do tell. But it probably doesn't matter. No one's really laughing. So maybe once you get to know me, these jokes will be a little bit funnier. So, when I was 12, once I got caught shoplifting. Normally when I'm in a crowd and I say that, at least one person goes, woo! Woo! You know, no one really, without being prompted to do so. I expect that because people don't normally cheer for a normal lifestyle. You know, if I jumped on this chair and told you, you know, when I was 12, I searched for one ad, submitted a resume, had an interview, filled out an application, secured a working position, thus giving me a weekly working wage to procure goods and services that appeal to me. Well, you sir lead a very dull life. But I got caught shoplifting. It was actually a very noble thing I did. I went into a Kmart. Woo! And was dropped off in the electronics department while my mother and sister went shopping. And saw the most vile, horrible thing I possibly could. I saw the Beatles' White Album split into 2 cassettes and sold separately, which incensed me so, enraged me, that I
thought it was righteous retribution to steal 2 video games, and I thought I was so smooth about it, too, is the thing. I ripped them out of the packaging, real sleight of hand like, and stuffed them in my jacket pocket. And even when I was walking past the sensors, I did the yawn and stretch over the sensors. And well, the security guard was waiting. He dragged me back into the office with my mother, who just looked disgusted. And I don't know if it was to get his sympathy or to call my mother out in front of people, but I said, I just had my hand in my head, my father's going to beat the shit out of me. Dad's gonna hit me. And my mother she didn't deny it. But we did get back home. My dad was actually in a good mood, right? And I could not believe it. And I ran straight up to my room and I was just pacing, trying to talk myself, build myself up for it. Oh, this is gonna suck. It's not gonna be that bad. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be, oh God, I'm gonna die. And just in a loop like that until I got called downstairs, and he is sitting in a chair. So he said, well, he had his head down, and it was like he had been planning it, just taking time, planning what he's going to do to me, so maybe he could brag later around the water cooler or something. And, well, I don't remember what he said at all. But this, I remember. He stood up out of his chair and tried to grab me, to throw me on the floor, but his hand was so sweaty it slipped. And just sort of sliced open the back of my neck. At this point now, at least I had proved myself right. And my mom started to regret it. She said, Bob, he's bleeding. And the blood was trickling down, ruining one of my Beatles shirts. And, well, I think he was so pissed off that he couldn't actually throw me on the floor that he got up. He picked me up by the scruff of my neck, and he threw me into the stairwell. And he took my head in his hand, and he said, when you want something, you will work for it! W-O-R-K! And then threw me into the front door. And that's maybe sort of a sad story, but I've always considered myself very lucky that he didn't say, when you want something, you will search the want ads, secure an interview, fill out an application, get a weekly working wage to get goods and services that appeal to you. Because you see, if you spelled that out, I might be a little off.
So how do you keep a blonde occupied for hours?
Ow.
Sexual intercourse.
So I got a little sing-along for everyone, and that would be me for tonight. If you don't know the words, you're going to very, very shortly. It's a hard road, it's been a hard year, and I'm sorry, again, I take personal responsibility for all of that. So, basically, this is a song about all that, and about something that's very, very important to everybody. The world is such a nasty place, you know. Wouldn't it be great if you had somewhere you could go? But there ain't. You can't trust no one except yourself. And wouldn't it be awesome to see friendly faces here? But there ain't. Show some restraint. Show a little class. Nobody wants to see that. But everybody wants to see lobster lobby, lobster lobby. Come on, lobster lobby, lobster lobby, lobster lobby, lobster lobby, lobster lobby, lobster lobby, lobster lobby. Yeah, let's lobby, lobster. Come on, lobster lobby, lobster lobby, lobster lobby, lobster lobby, lobster lobby, lobster. third. Junior. Ian Clemente, everybody!
You never know what to expect at the fabulous Pittsburgh Brillobox.